What's happening, Guardians? My name is Pone, and I'm your host for this beautiful video, and today I'm going to be telling you guys and teaching you guys a little bit about how me and my guys went ahead and beat the Crota raid on hard, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why this method is, I think, the best way to do it. I believe this may even be the world's fastest right now. It'll be Trump soon as more people come in and learn to adjust and speed it up and refine it a little bit, but for right now, let's talk a little bit about what you do, and I like to call this the windowed mode. And you guys are going to understand why I call that here in short time. This guy's getting through the walls because who puts barriers there? And they start to come out. Now, as you can see, our strategy at the start is good. Now, Titans, Defender Titans specifically, are very valuable to this portion. It's super important that you have them, especially, I'd say at least two of them. At least two of them. The first one, his job is to spawn one right here in this basic room, and he is going to be using that so we can have barrier. That way we can actually have some protection, we have the blessing of light, and we just have that barrier, that protection that allows us to get out of this room right off the bat with health. Now, of course, you can run different classes that have healing abilities and certain items that can allow you to heal while, orbs pick up and stuff like that, and those things are great. You can equip those if you want, or even use the Shuros or Red Death, but for the most part, you just need to make sure that you have communication because that rules what this is. Now, we avoid doing the left method. The left method works, but I feel like there's far more room for human error. This one seems a lot more safer and more consistent, so that's why I'm going to show you. What you do is you all hug the wall and you wrap around over here to the outside of the windows, hence why I call this the window mode. As soon as the door opens, big guy is going to come on out, and the sword bearer and the bubble guy, that's me, come out here, we put our jelly horns in it while the rest of the guys snipe him and do whatever they can, and we got to drop him as quick as possible. The sword will drop, the sword bearer picks it up, the bubble guy follows him up, and this is where you start seeing things come together. Now, he's getting a little overwhelmed. Generally, he doesn't have to take that kind of detour, but we rush up there. As you can see, the jelly horns come in, they drop Crota for the first time. I put the bubble up. That bubble there is allowing us to stay a little bit protected, but at the same time, it stops the boomers from hitting him when he goes in there. So that is actually protecting him. You'll see some of those shots come in, and they're going to hit that bubble, keeping him safe and immune while he can just keep passing through. And you're going to drop him 3 times in this one, as per usual, the 2 that you do in normal. I pitch in a little bit and help, and you can usually get him to below half, maybe even to a third of health if you do it properly. And that's how you do this portion. Then you fall back, you wait for a little while. He's going to come around and wrap around the right side. And then your guys are going to group together. You're going to get a little bit of orbs built up. Of course, I need to build my bubble up for when it's time. And then we go out there and we do it all over again. That's the process. Now, as soon as he heads back to middle, we go out there. And it's important, this point on, after you've done that first sword, the boomers are going to start trying to snipe you across the map. They get a little harder. It's important that you don't try to kill both of them. You want to avoid wizards spawning. Now, dropping one of them is perfectly okay. That's completely up to you, to be honest. But again, it's completely preference, and I say when it is actually time to run, it's good to focus them, maybe put like a jelly horn shot on them or something to kind of just like distract them while the other guys do it. But it takes a little bit of trial and error, a little bit of practice to do this, but it is quite easy. And the whole objective to doing this is doing this with 3 downs, make him kneel 3 times, get as much as you can. It's important that the sword bearer gets the melees in, and the other 4 guys just sit up there with jelly horn. That's 4 guys that are safe, that sit back and can't be shot by anything. And so the only room for error is from the sword bearer, the guy wielding the sword, and the bubble guy, which is what the act is I'm playing right now. And it's really good. I mean, you load up on the synthesis, and it's very easy to plan out. You're gonna need plenty of heavy ammo synths, but you roll it together. I say Black Hammer is ideal. You definitely want to go with jelly horns for this method. Hunger, it just isn't as effective, in my opinion. So we drop him again, and because he went left, we had to actually change our course, and we had to use the left method. And for some reason, he just wanted to tank all the jelly horn shots. But we end up picking him up. This guy barely survives, and we take it to the left part. Now, as you can see, things are going to change a little bit here because, like I said, the boomers are already ready to go. They're still kind of pissed off a little bit. So we got to do what we can to actually protect him. So he's going to try to do this before the sword runs out. I'm going to come up here like usual, just like I did on the other side, and drop the bubble down while protecting him from the boomers. Now, as you can see, our guys are even putting occasional shots over here to try to distract them if they try to hit us or anything like that. But they're safe. They did a little bit of crowd control and pulled him out of the way. He's enraged, which happens when you get him below what looks to be 10% health. At that point, ignore the oversoul, and you got to make that final sword count, and then you get your drops. That's right, Pone. Fist pump times 2. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the like button. Share this method with your friends. The left side is generally, it's easy to do. It's just very complicated, and it leaves a lot of room for failure. Thank you guys. Have a great day.